feel you like. Hello and welcome everyone on this blessed full moon day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Excuse me. And yeah, this is meant to be a chill and casual creativity session. And so basically, some questions to help you decide what to work on for this hour. I'm obviously working on a digital pet portrait, as you can see here. It is just about done with. My client is very happy with how these have turned out. And I decided it's time to add some lettering. Her name is Maggie, and I thought that that was the final last touch. As I am a lettering artist, let's add some lettering, show my style. So that's my last step to finish this project up before we print. And I'm asking you in this full moon, intense energy, full, vibrant, well-lit energy, what is illuminated for you to finish or to start? But this is really kind of about a time of finishing what maybe has gotten left in a dark corner that is now being illuminated by this bright moon under this bright summer sun. It's these bright summer days on a bright full moon night. What's being illuminated? What is it? A home creative project? Is it a work creative project? Which could be anything from creating an actual piece of art for work for a client to finishing up a website to getting all your email automation set up right, or writing a blog post, or any number of work things, right? Along those lines. It doesn't need to be drawing. So yeah, I encourage you to think about what it is that is being eliminated in your life. What it is that maybe was a little bit fuzzy or unclear before. And now, after a few days, a few weeks since we did our new moon creative circle and started these projects, is that the same project you're going to work on now? Or is there something else that maybe needs attention? So let's just take a moment to reflect. One heart on heart, one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Breathe. What dark corners need to be attended to, want to be seen? doing these portraits, one thing that comes out for me is taking really good care of my own dogs. As I also notice through this project, more of the grief. I mean, I can't even imagine. I can kind of begin to imagine the grief that the family, my client's family feels and their reason for wanting to do this. That's why I hold this project with sacred space and reverence for this beautiful family member that was lost. And what a powerful role creativity can play in memorializing and honoring. Okay, I don't like the word memorializing, let's be real, because it sounds a little maybe too formal or maybe too, I don't know, you fill in the word there. I like the word honor. We're honoring her legacy. What is the legacy that you want to leave behind? Because we're all going to die. So, on that note, let's get into some fun lettering styles. Maybe you guys can help me decide. Anybody that joins on here, just like put something in the comments, and I'll put a link to my site, or so you can join the email list after if you want to actually have access to the Zoom. So for now, we're just doing it this way. And I've come up with a few, I've kind of played around with a couple of different lettering styles. I'm clearly not happy with any of them. So that's why they're all on low opacity mode. Okay. So here's one. We're actually just going to do a new layer in pink to just kind of show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so there's one. Clearly not happy with it. But it's a start. And here's another. I guess I really only have two different choices. This one, I guess it's the other one I liked better. Hold on. This one's a little closer, but so I might lean towards this way, though I can still see where so here's another one. And there's some things to clean up, like in there. Oh, right in here. I don't know how I'm loving this eye, but I kind of like the idea. Here's some cleanup. Make it match the other G. I don't know that I'm really happy with this M, so I might do something a little bit more like the other version of this piece. Add a few more flourishes. So yeah, I'm gonna clean up those little few pieces and maybe add another, like, maybe that's all it's missing is like another one of those. And yeah, and then add some like where's the other one? That's right. liked was, oh, do something like that. Maybe that's still doing villages. But those are some options. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I think I will proceed with this style. Um, I guess I could like, add that. Hmm, trying to figure out. There you go, something like that, maybe. Okay. Uh, Yeah, to like kind of frame it. And then no, come down going off. Balancing out a little bit, and then the drizzle. Yeah, okay. Well, I like the flourishes on that. I think I might still use a different pen type. Okay. I'm gonna put that down. The whites. We're sure we'll just put that down. So you're not closing it. And then we'll switch back to this. We'll do this purple. Put it on there. And oh, and then the layer. Forget to do any layer. That's always a big frustration when you get far and then you're like, oh, that was all in the old layer. It's helpful when it's on a different opacity layer. I will tell you that it's a lot quicker to change. Yeah. Okay. Mm, right. I like this a little less. Yeah. Okay. Natural. Um, what kind of music do you guys like listening to these days? I like, I don't know, I'm liking this much with this. Hmm. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. Just down more. music I'm liking a lot. Well, one, if you don't know me already, I like jam, but I like pretty much all kinds of music. What I really like about jam music and jazz is the ability to listen in the spot and create something beautiful from the listening. And I feel like it takes a lot of skill to do that, and it's impressive and it's fun to dance to. So anything that's good to dance to, I'm a fan. You know, I've even as a child, I was not I listened to some hip hop, but I wasn't a big fan. It's now grown on me a little bit more as I realize how good it is to dance to sometimes, you know? So I'm still not very familiar with all the hip hop culture, but that's part of why I'm more open to it nowadays because I think it is a cool culture and I also that I want to learn more about. So give me suggestions if you got them. And yeah, because anything's a good beat is good for me. So yeah. And these days, I guess I'm finding it hard to remember. Like, there's the bands I know and love, and obviously remember their names because, like Fish, because I listen to them the most frequently. And also, I love, I'm going to share a little downside to Spotify because I love Spotify and I love the Discover Weekly playlist and the blend. I love blending music. I love the blend playlist that I have with some friends. I think that's so fun. And so, but one downside to Spotify I found is I don't remember artists' names as well as if I had bought their album. You know, if I see them live, then that helps, right? Um, if I buy their, but back, when I was a kid and you're gonna say you're so young, what? I'll like I listen to all those CDs. Not that young. I am 30. Um, and even when I got an iPad or an iPod, my first iPod, I I was having to buy songs individually, at least with that mode. I with iTunes, I at least remembered who I bought from or who I got a free song from because I bought it. And these days, in the world of streaming, YouTube is great. I'll remember someone a little better if I see them on YouTube. Um, but if they're not coming out with an album, if they're not like already on my radar, they're but it's like it just makes me sad because I'm like, well, I love a bunch of the songs that come on my Discover Weekly, and I never remember, or it's hard for me to remember who sings them or which ones, because I'm not always looking at my phone when I'm listening. And I guess some of that just comes from more time listening to them gets me more familiar. Does any of this resonate with you? Let me know. I'm a music buff. Is that very weird? Huge music fan, as you should tell by now. Or maybe you don't know yet, but yeah, so I'm normally listening to music right here and it's kind of weird talking instead, but we are doing it and it is okay. And now I just want to switch versions to just listen. Oh, oh, wrong layer. Could have used the paintbrush or the paint bucket there, probably, but And that's the texture. That is a cool new feature. This elements feature. All the textures you could ever want. What a world we live in now. We even make it look like it's ooh, all the textures you could ever want. Right there. Pretty sweet. Okay. So that's closer. So I'm not sure I'm completely happy with that. Hold on. I'm gonna switch back here. Yeah, this is probably a save to my reasons. But well, it's just like not a million dollars. The way I did this with this brush. Okay. We're gonna put that there. Sure want that separate. It's part of the background with anything. Background, foreground, text. And then whatever notes I make. Yeah, so that's Maggie. I think I actually do need to edit. And then, some people might say just fix the G's. That is one thing I kind of want to fix. So I'll throw sometimes the maybe I'll just fix the E. I could just erase the E and redo it. Maybe that is faster. What I do actually. But if you just take it down a notch, then you don't have to lose what you got. Um, Make sure that opacity back up. Try not to overthink this too much. Mm -hmm. Mm -hmm. Okay, remember. those. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Well, we are. Hmm. Maybe it's weird. Was it a different? I was trying to make the capital stand out more, but that might just be weird. Hmm. Having a different width. Okay. So I'm just gonna do another way. I'm gonna keep the AGGIE all the same. And we're gonna just will make sure it's all in the same. It's like I don't remember exactly what size brush that was, but if I do it on a separate layer, I will make sure it will all be on the same. So, okay. And this will make it easier. How did I do that before so easily with that other brush? Because it's just another brush. Um, And that's interesting. Does your phone ever blow up like crazy when you're in the middle of stuff like this? Probably should maybe see what's going on, and also at this point, I'm like kind of like it's selfish to just keep going with what I said I'd do. I'll get to it eventually. Hard calls. Feeling selfish for choosing work over family right now, and also you gotta do what you said you do, even if no one shows up. This might get watched later, so a little behind the scenes for you. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Happier, maybe still not perfect, but happier. Might add some white. I'd like to be able to come back and just add some white in order to finish it up. Well, they're gonna like finish this on a call. That's probably good. So what do I got? We're gonna add the white layer on a new layer. White elements. Like Oh my God. Wait. Mhm. Yeah, it's pretty cute. And that's part of why it's good to have it on a separate layer. Because I could just erase and not worry about messing up. Digital drawing wonders. Okay. Yeah, that spruced it up nicely. All right. We should move on to one of the other for three. Okay. Let's go with what we've already started. Remember, we're going to bump this down. Yeah, I want to fix some of those clean spots. Maybe that to the early. And the main consistency is going to be in using the same brush. There's probably going to be some variations between all of them. Okay. Move this down. I'm gonna add a layer. Gonna switch brushes. Okay, back to terminal. I'm gonna switch to a black. Might change that later, but for now, I'm gonna do this in black. I didn't know that I wanted to do purple for this one. I think actually black might be the right final color. Because one of these is printed. And I'll probably just black real calligraphy pen to do it. All right. Did you guys all have fun 4th of July? We got to do a nice hike. And then, yeah, go see fish in Boulder on Saturday night with our 13-year-old nephew who had a great time. Just don't know. If that doesn't work out. Got a one from Briscoe wants to switch it to eraser mode. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe I could do the same way. Yeah. Still is off. Okay, all right, maybe I figured this one out. Boost this is. And that does look better. This looks better. This looks better. I'm still not happy here. See, time flies when you're having fun drawing. But like these look better. This looks better. These are all consistent. Pretty much happy with it. But then something still feels off. I think I moved these dots in from the edge for so they look like they're cut off kind of intentionally so that they work on a risograph printer better. Mm. Pretty much happy with it. But then something still feels off. Okay. So this one feels good. Other than maybe I want that circle to be the same. I'm realizing. Oh, that's that texture. Okay. Ah, dang. See, I hate when I do that after because now I have to do new highlights. Because, yeah, I think they might. See, this is what you come back because I'm like, I didn't notice that. Yeah, let me make some notes with this. This is what I'm talking about. This and this. I want to be I want this to match this. Right? It's a little, this one's a little bigger than this space. So I'm gonna need to fix that. Which is a bit disappointing, but that's why you come back to it. The question is do I do that now? Or do I come back here and see if that's been enough time? Because it might not have been. This one just feels, I don't know, maybe it's this. This maybe feels off. But those, okay, that's actually a little more even. It's a little different shape, but it's more even. So that actually feels okay. But yeah, it's kind of this M that I feel like isn't cutting it. If I can like maybe adjust these ends and that end, maybe that would do it. That's my thoughts. Wonder what yours are. Alright. Feedback is always welcome, even if that's emailing me after. Or I'll send a link to my site as we are getting close to closing this out. I guess I did not completely finish this project like I said I would, but I will likely finish it by the end of the day. I am grateful for pet portrait projects like this one because they're easier to work on at night. Easier to work on when I'm watching TV. Sometimes I still don't want to do it because it is still work. But the more um pet portraits I do for clients, the happier I am. Right now, pretty happy with those. And also, it's something unique that only I can do with this style. I also love to do brand design and create epic interactive style guides with templates for content creation and a badass logo and oh, sorry. And yeah, I also have speaking of brand guides, and I love doing that. I am doing a Your Logo is Not Your Brand workshop in August, where we'll jump into the platform I use called Miro. Some of you may be familiar. And if you're not, no worries. We'll go over all of the details you need to know on the workshop. And the whole point of this workshop is to educate you or help you, even if you already kind of know these things, maybe you don't have everything together. The point is to educate you on the all of the elements that go into creating a really trustworthy, incredible brand that attracts the clients that you're going to be able to help the best for the customers. So if you're interested, if you're curious, I will put a link in the chat or in the description to my services page, which has that workshop available. It's to sign up for. I do it every month. August is just the next one. And there's already one person signed up. So help me fill the room with her and join me if this sounds like it would be interesting to you. And yeah, check out my stuff. Yeah, feel free to check out my portfolio site, any part of it. I've got an art shop on there, I've got a blog, I've got other services besides the workshop I just mentioned. So if you're curious about me, you can check it out there. And if you're kind of hesitant to branch off this platform, you can always look out for me on the next new moon and like and subscribe so you can be aware of that and make that more likely. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. May you remember to breathe and set down the heavy things weighing on you, even just for a brief moment. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Bringing my yoga practice into this because creativity can be a meditation too. And I've got yoga later today. So wishing you some healing, wishing you some good vibes. And until the next new moon, be well.